The forge still smells of iron and smoke as I wipe my hands on a rag, staring at the cooling embers. The rhythmic clang of the hammer, my daily companion, has finally ceased. Evening has come, and with it, that uneasy silence that's been creeping into our village for weeks. It is too quiet tonight, no laughter from the tavern, no children playing by the well. My name is Marco, and I was never meant to be a soldier. My father taught me the trade of blacksmithing, honest work that left calluses on my palms but also pride in every plow, every horseshoe, every blade I forged. That life feels distant now, like a dream that's slipping through my fingers. I step outside, the cold air biting my skin. The hills surrounding our valley are swallowed by darkness, but somewhere beyond them, men are marching, armies I've never seen but can already feel closing in. At the edge of the path, Petro is waiting, leaning against a fence post. My oldest friend, broad-shouldered and reckless as ever, though tonight his grin is gone. "You heard?" he asks without preamble. I nod. We've all heard, rumors of troops gathering just across the border, of villages burned, of men being dragged away. "They'll come soon," Petro says grimly. "We need every man to fight. They're taking volunteers at dawn." I want to tell him no. That my place is here, with Lena and our baby son. That I've never held a rifle longer than an afternoon hunt. But when I look at Petro's eyes, hardened, resolute, I know he has already made up his mind. "Think about it," he says, clapping my shoulder before walking off into the night. "Tomorrow, we stand or we fall." I watch him go, heart heavy. The thought of leaving my family terrifies me more than the thought of dying. Inside our house, Lena is rocking our son near the fire. She looks up at me, reading the tension on my face instantly. "They're coming, aren't they?" she whispers. I nod, sitting beside her. My son's tiny fingers curl around mine, warm and fragile. The weight of him in my arms is unbearable tonight, because I know I may have to leave him. "We could run," Lena says suddenly, her voice trembling. "We could pack what we can, go west, maybe cross the border. Others are leaving already." I thought about it, I admit. But if we all run, there'll be nothing left. Our homes, our land, they'll just take it. Her eyes glisten. "And if you die? What then?" I can't answer her. Instead, I hold her close, inhaling the scent of her hair, trying to memorize everything, her warmth, her heartbeat. In that moment, I feel the world narrowing to just us, this little bubble of life that war is about to destroy. The night is shattered by a dull thud in the distance. The floor trembles slightly beneath us. I freeze. Then another explosion, closer this time. Dogs bark frantically outside. A panicked scream echoes from the street. "They've started," I breathe. I grab the old rifle from its rack. My hands shake as I load it, fingers clumsy from fear. "Marco, no," Lena begs. "Stay. We can hide in the cellar." I shake my head, my chest tight. "If we don't fight, they'll take everything." They'll kill anyone who resists. I have to try. Tears stream down her cheeks as she presses our son to her chest. I kiss them both, my lips lingering as if I could somehow etch the memory into my soul. He'll come back, I promise, though I don't know if I believe it. By winter, the front was nothing but a graveyard. We weren't fighting for ground anymore, just for the next day. The enemy had pushed hard, and rumors spread that they were preparing one final offensive to crush us. That's when Captain Roderick gave the order. The bridge at Valthorn, he said, stabbing his finger at a map. Blow it before their armor crosses. You succeed, maybe we hold the line. You fail, we're finished. He didn't say it out loud, but we all knew it, this was a suicide mission. The night before we left, the survivors of our squad sat around a dying fire. Marlon cleaned her rifle in silence. One of the new recruits stared at his boots, too scared to speak. I found myself looking at Tomáš's empty spot by the fire. I almost heard his laugh again, rough and bright. Elias, Marlon said softly. Promise me something. I glanced up. If you get out, she said, don't come back here. Don't let this place take the rest of you. I wanted to promise. But I couldn't. We moved under cover of fog, creeping through the frozen forest. My breath came in clouds as we approached the bridge, a massive steel span looming over the river like some dark beast. That's when I saw him. The enemy officer from the ambush months ago, the one whose men had slaughtered Tomáš and the others. He was here, commanding the guards at the bridge. Everything narrowed to a single thought: it ends tonight. We crept closer, planting explosives along the supports. But we weren't quiet enough. A shout rang out, rifles cracked, and the night exploded into chaos. I threw myself behind a crate, firing blindly. Marlon was beside me, returning fire with calm precision. Then I saw him, the officer, standing tall amid the chaos. Our eyes met. I broke cover, charging forward. We slammed into each other, my rifle clattering away as we grappled in the snow. He was stronger, but rage drove me. I grabbed a jagged shard of metal and drove it into his chest. He fell without a sound. Elias! Marlon shouted. The charges were set, but enemy reinforcements were pouring in. We had seconds. I'll stay. She yelled. Go. No. I grabbed her arm, pulling her toward the tree line. But she shoved me back, eyes fierce. Live, Elias. That's an order. Before I could reach her, she ran to the detonator. The bridge erupted in fire and steel. The shockwave threw me into the riverbank. I woke hours later, half buried in snow. The bridge was gone, just twisted wreckage over black water. Marlon was gone too. The war ended weeks later. They called it a victory. I walked back to Branthaven, alone. The city was still in ruins, but life went on. New trains rolled along repaired tracks. New boys laughed in the square the way Arlen once had. I stood by the rail yard, staring at the tracks I'd once cared for. My hand still bore the stains of war that no soap could wash away. I'd avenged my brother. I'd destroyed the bridge. But at night, when I close my eyes, I see Tomáš laughing, Marlon smiling, Arlen running to meet me at the depot. I won't ever leave them behind. Because war doesn't end when the guns fall silent. It stays, burned into you. And it never lets go.